Good afternoon, everyone. How are we doing today? This is actually my first video I'm doing um, about my journey on Accutane, if you will. So, I'm currently 37 years old, uh, live here in Ohio, and my journey with acne actually begins when I was about, I'd say, 13 or 14. Uh, I always struggled with my acne through those times, been ridiculed for it, put down, abused, you name it. I was always kind of the outcast uh, due to acne, due to other things as well. We'll save that story for another time. So basically, I just wanted to talk about that. Um, it created a lot of drama in my life, and ultimately, uh, when I hit about 32, I decided, well, I guess it's time to do something about it and really take control of my acne and my life in general as a whole. Um, so basically, I just took a deep look inside myself, and it was just bigger than my acne. It was everything. It was my eating habits. It was the way I felt about myself. It was my lack of confidence in who I was, where I was going, what I was doing. Um, once I understood who I was and started to like myself, I excelled. When I wrote down my goals, obtainable goals, I was able to move forward in my life and achieve those goals, moving forward into more complex goals. Um, so first thing was really with my diet. I had to switch up a lot. I had to make a lot of changes. I drank way too much cokes and um, I ate all the wrong foods. Uh, and I also am a firm believer that was a part of why I was so depressed and why I looked not the way I should look, or I felt sick all the time or tired all the time. I didn't want to do anything. And it's a slippery slope. So when I started just drinking water, that was the main thing, drinking water. It was also getting into going to the gym. That was one of my biggest saviors. Uh, I feel better now in my 30s than I ever did in my 20s, even in my teens. Um, so I went, actually, I know I'm rambling here. I went to the dermatologist and we did a whole bunch of the whole thing with uh, antibiotics. I took Bactrim and prednisone. I took Chemflex. I took doxycycline. I took minocycline. I was on sulfa washes. I did over-the-counter stuff, um, but it never really solved my problem. Um, so he told me basically the last thing is Accutane, and um, I said okay, and I went home. Afterwards, I told him I said I need some time to kind of digest that. That's a lot. Uh, Accutane is a very powerful drug, and I'm not promoting Accutane. I'm no doctor. I'm just telling you the things I went through when I was on Accutane. Well, actually, Absorica is the one of the derivatives that I was prescribed. Um, so, I mean, Accutane is a very powerful acne medication. It's vitamin A, basically. So what it does is it hones in on what causes acne. It dries you out. Um, Usually, it's about a 6 to 7 month regimen. Your dosage could be anywhere between 30 milligrams to 60 or 80 milligrams, depending on the person. I settled at about 40 milligrams a day. Um, that's what I took every day. Um, so basically, it causes you to be dry hair, cracked lips, also your joints, the fluid, the synovial fluid, the butter in your joints kind of become stiff or dry. Had eczema on my legs, and of course, I had eczema on my hands. Very photosensitive. You really can't drink when you're on Accutane. That's something you shouldn't be doing. I would definitely stick to a very strict diet, eating healthy, drinking a lot of water when you're on Accutane because you got to pass your blood tests every month to make sure that you can proceed to the next month taking it. Um, and it's also better for your body anyway. As far as going to the gym with Accutane, I never struggled with that too much. I went to the gym taking Accutane. I was fine. Um, and really, with being on Accutane, I didn't experience any of the side effects, such as the depression and all that other stuff. Really, actually, I felt better after being on it because everything started going away. It was pretty immediate. I didn't have any of that symptom of where it gets worse before it gets better, but some people do experience that as well. But you know, throughout my life, I always did things, I guess, early on in my life to impress others. To maybe they like me if I did this, if I dressed this way, if I looked that way, or what have you. And you'll always fall short if you try to measure up to somebody else's crooked yardstick. Once I started doing things for myself and what I like to do and taking control of my life, then I started making the friends I should have made way back when. Um, but it's kind of funny. Those same people, some of them will want to like get into your life again or infiltrate your life in some way, which I ain't got time for that. But it's just kind of I feel better, look better. I've been off Accutane now for almost 5 or 6 years. So I mean, it worked. Mostly it was on my back. I didn't really have the pitting, deep tissue type of acne that all those the huge pitting pimples. I just had a lot of little bumps. I always struggled with that, and my complexion would always look a little bit off. Um, so those are the things that I struggled with. Um, my skin regimen, usually I just use Cetaphil a lot. Uh, I still use it to this day. Also, I just use a Aveeno cleanser, clear complexion. I use that. I use that on my face, and I also use a moisturizer on my face every day. I usually use Noxzema about once a week. These are things that I noticed that worked for me when I started with this regimen, and also just through trial and error, what actually works better with my skin because my skin is pretty sensitive. Um, and it worked, and I'm currently doing pretty well now, and I'm moving forward. And actually, I'm in school to be a personal trainer, so hopefully, I will be able to accomplish that here come July when I take my boards. Uh, but yeah, yeah, leave messages or subscribe to my new channel. I'll definitely try to put up some more informative or motivational speeches as well. This is my first one, sort of an impromptu. I'm just kind of feeling it out with the webcam and everything. So um, I'm working on that. Even though I took public speech, I'm still a little bit camera shy, if you will. Um, but yeah, anyway, let's see the likes, the comments. Just let me know. I'll comment back if you have any questions, concerns about it. I say with Accutane, if you have the opportunity to take it, do it. It it really changes lives. It changed mine in a positive way. You can hold your head up high. You can feel more confident. I mean, you only got one life. You have one face. You have one body. Uh, so make it a good one. Anyway, I thank you very much for your time. Cheers.